Hey y'all, I know it's probably super duper late or super duper early depending on where you are. But I wanted to make this quick live because I've been having a lot of emails, a lot of questions to follow up on some of the things that I said, that I talked about. And I'm out here, I'm up right outside my house, right outside my door, because someone had said, oh, all your videos outside. So that's what I'm doing today. I'm trying to get okay. So people want to feel like they're in a tropical place, so they want to see a video from outside. Okay, so I wanted to, before I get into all the juicy things I wanted to talk about, we are still trying to raise some money to get some appliances, furniture, and drapes, rugs, you name it. So I'm going to talk about that before I jump into the things that I want to talk about. So in order to book your reservation at the Exodus House is a place of healing for the repatriation for the African diaspora community. It is not for anyone else. It is not Airbnb. I will not be taking any reservations from any other group. I am not going to accept any other groups into that space. Because I think it needs to be done and said that there is a space for the African diaspora to speak to our unique experience. So that's what the Exodus House is. To book your reservation, go to exodushouse.com. That is XODUSHOUSC.com. Okay. We're still doing the raffle. So the raffle breakdown is $25 for a 7-night stay that sleeps up to 3 people, $50 for a 14-night stay that sleeps up to 4 people, and the $100 level, it is the 2-bedroom family suite that allows you to take up to 5 people because there are 2 rooms, okay? In order to donate to the project, you can use Cashapp $RenaeMoneymaker. I'm going to put that in the description box. So it's all in the description box, but I'm going to put it in the chat right here. So the Cash App is $Renee Moneymaker. How do you spell my name? Money Maker. Okay. Okay, so that's my Cash App. And to donate to the project via PayPal, you can go to buyblackbusiness@gmail.com. That's BYBLACK business@gmail.com. So Starline certificates go to the same website for the Exodus House, XODUS. Hey, Chi-Town, how you doing? Hi, Gibbs. Yes, so go to exodushouse.com, XODUSHOUSC.com, and that will take you straight to purchase the raffle. The Starline certificates, these are the certificates that you're purchasing like a coupon towards future travel. So you don't have to know your travel dates. You don't have to know when you're leaving. So you can go ahead and make your reservation. You can go ahead and purchase a Starline certificate for the future travel. Okay. And what you will do in order to redeem the coupon. Hey, Giselle, how are you? To redeem the coupon, all you need to do is let me know when you will be traveling, and you can always send your dates to someone else. You can always, your flexibility is, we're wide open for flexibility. So it's not like we're going to say, well, you made your reservation and it was for this date, so you can't get your money back, or you can't do this, or you can't do that. What you can do is transfer your reservation to someone else. You can gift the Starline certificate. You can ask someone to buy a Starline certificate for you. So if you go to the website, you can just take down the link and send it to someone else for the Starline certificate. Yes. Hey, Miss Giselle, I'm doing well. Yes, yes, yes. Welcome, welcome. Um, so some of the things that I wanted to talk about this morning, one person had sent me an email. Hey, LaQuenda, I'm well. One person had sent me an email saying, well, you say Africa is a rich country, but you say Tanzania is a rich country, but we can't just live here. Which is it? You have to release simplistic idea of the world and the world around you. Saying that a place is a rich country doesn't kill it, man. Yes. So they have laws. They have laws and they have rules to who can get here. And they wanted me to talk some more about the riches, or what do I perceive as riches in Tanzania, and the investment opportunities. So yes, Golden Heart. I'm sorry. Sometimes my internet it be all kinds of faded out. Yes, exactly, Giselle. So wealth and riches, meaning that there are plenty of opportunities for investment and business development. Unfortunately, a lot of the Tanzanian people who live here don't either see it, or they don't know how to access that resources. And at every aspect of business that I have researched since I've been here, I see where the government is really trying to make it a Tanzania citizen first. They're trying to give their young people an opportunity to participate in economies, in certain industries, right? So, for example, like the gem industry, I did a video a couple of while back. In order to get I don't think you can be a cutter if you're not Tanzanian. I don't think you can be a trader. Oh, you can't have a mine if you're not Tanzanian. But you can be a trader for a specific license, right? So they're trying to make it where you need to be Tanzanian to do certain things. You need to be Tanzanian to purchase land, but you can partner with a Tanzanian to purchase land. The oil and gas industry is booming. They're developing. They're about to start harvesting their LNG up in Tanga. Okay, that's an opportunity. They are building a new gold plant. That's an opportunity. So there are opportunities to be a supplier. There are opportunities to do things here that you cannot participate in the United States, because the United States or Canada or England, some things are so developed, the country is so developed that there is no opportunity left. So, for example, a lot of people I hear complain about the roads here. That's an opportunity if you wanted to, get involved to see how you can work with a municipality to add some, to assist with some roads, right? So, yeah. So let me see. Yeah, there is a will, there is a way. Yes. So Africa and Tanzania, the country of Tanzania, is a wealthy country. Okay. And I think this person wanted to throw me off, but another question was, why am I promoting Tanzania as though it's the last country in Africa? I am not promoting Tanzania as if it's the last country in Africa. I am a straight shooter. I've always said, go to Rwanda, go to Senegal, go where that your spirit feels like is right for you. Okay, you don't have to come where I am. The entire continent of 54 countries are important to you. Research what is the main industry in that country that you want to go. If you want to go to Madagascar, Madagascar is the biggest one. The biggest thing, you become a trader of vanilla. You have to look at the country and get in where you fit in. Do some research on that. Okay, I in particular, I have been looking at Tanzania. I didn't choose Tanzania immediately when Tanzania came up to me probably 2 years ago in 2019. I didn't choose, and I got a whooping in my backside because I didn't, as we call it in Jamaica, I didn't take the rake. Okay. I didn't listen to what the ancestors were saying because I was like, I don't know nobody. 2 years later, I still don't know nobody. And I had to get my butt on a plane and take my little baby out of that country, out of the United States. Right. So, hey, Audra. Oh, y'all can drop your questions in the comment section. Thank you. Just let's see. Just go somewhere in Africa. Doesn't matter what part. Yeah, South Africa will be no. Yep, South Africa will be a no for me. Apart from it being heavily influenced by the United States and their trade policies, it's also little America. And every African American, they have some place there. They drive up the property of real estate. Ghana is my ancestry, but I'm not going to Ghana. African Americans have been there driving up the real estate. That's one. And two is Ghana is they're saying one thing and they're doing something else. And I don't like that. I don't like you promoting the year of return, but you have not created any to opportunity, and you're just promoting and following the directives that it is a beautiful thing to target the African American community, the diaspora, to bring people back to Africa, come home. But when you get there, there is no welcome wagon, right? And sadly, there is no welcome wagon anywhere. And so for those who come through me, I have been the welcome wagon, but I can't do so much by myself, right? So the leadership in the remaining African countries, aside from Rwanda and some other countries, don't make it appealing to me, okay? Time I arrived, he's a strong arm, and I feel like I'm under the wing of a great king, right? I feel like I'm protected here from them because he is standing up to them. He is saying, yeah, no, we're not finna do all of this, right? We're not finna do all of this lockdown and this pandemic. And, he tested a goat, a papaya, and some other things. And, he's a healthy skeptic. They like that. But I like that. I like a healthy skeptic. I like somebody who has critical thinking and has intelligence and looks like they're following some moral directive other than just, well, there's money on the table to get, so I don't see him as a sellout. And I've been saying it for months that, whatever he has to do to protect his country, I am for it. Whatever he feels like he needs to do to stop these people from taking over his country and with their ideas, that's what they have to do. So now that we're talking about like this political thing, let me jump into the next thing. So someone had asked me about this COVID. Is COVID here? Is COVID in Tanzania? Da 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 da. I want you to understand something. Think on what I'm about to say very carefully. This is March. This is the 10th of March. The 10th of March last year, 2019, my city in New Rochelle shut down completely. Okay. They shut down and my brain switched off and I left my home and my things and belongings and I left. Okay. We are 1 year, exactly 1 year from that date of that shutdown. Okay. Because of COVID-19, we are 1 year on into this global pandemic. When I came to Tanzania in July, when I came here, we didn't see any elevated hospital visits. We didn't see, the COVID-19 had broken out here as it did everywhere else. They took the necessary measures that they needed to take. And it seemed like they had the disease under control. Okay. That's June, July, August, September, October, November. Not until December or January, did we start to see a spike in COVID-19 cases. Remember, this country shut down probably for 1 month and opened right back up. People were not walking around with masks. They weren't walking around with gloves. They weren't self-isolating. They were not in any kind of containment zone. They were not, they were out living normal life. However, the COVID-19 cases were not spiking. I came here with my own set of illnesses and I was going to the doctor almost every month. Not until January did I begin to see an increase in cases. So I've been interviewing doctors, I've been interviewing nurses, taxi drivers, everyone since I've been here to get my own perspective on what this COVID-19 the situation is in Tanzania so I could know the truth. So in my opinion, how is it that the entire rest of the world was having this global pandemic and it took Tanzania almost 1 year to start experiencing symptoms? Does that sound right to you? It doesn't sound right to me. It seems like there is something, I kept saying it, that they're releasing something in the air. They're trying to kill Tanzanian people because this government is strong and they are not jumping and clapping and shucking and jiving to everything that the global community is saying that they should do. And I think there is something going on that if you're not sick, we're going to make you sick. Okay. And when we start reading about the people who are dying, it's the high level officials. I mean, I don't know any disease in the world that targets the heads of government states. I don't know any disease in the world that targets, vice presidents and prime ministers and the senior level staff. What disease is that? That sounds either design. I'm thinking increased measures as weird. It is extremely weird that how is it that I'm going from one society where everybody was masked up, everybody was gloved up, people were dropping and dying like flies. I was doing research for a documentary I was working on, and you can see that the cycle of the COVID-19 disease, it almost escalates every 6 weeks. So there are peaks and valleys. Peaks and valleys. I said it to someone when I was observing, when I had to do deep research on this disease, that it seems like a fruit on a tree, that it begins to slowly open and then it hits a peak and then it comes back again and contracts and it goes up again and it contracts. And, I don't know how many 6-week period intervals we have in a year, but I would think that if people were walking around without gloves and without masks, and the medical professionals don't have PP whatever equipment, that they would have been exposed to this disease a long time ago. They would have been sick and they would have been dropping in the streets, like when I was getting videos out of China in January of last year. So I knew that the disease was something. I don't know how real it was. I don't know who made up what, but what I do know is it was serious. Okay. So what I want you to do is I want you all to understand that there is something here, precautions as you would anywhere else. Okay. I wear a mask. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. But if I'm coughing, I wear a mask because my feeling is whatever is going on, I either got it already, I'm going to get it, we all going to get it, and we just have to figure out how we're going to live with it. But by that same token, it is serious. A few weeks ago, I had a lung infection. If such as what I was eating during my illness, I know that it would have really taken me out pretty badly. So I changed my eating habits for and eating nothing but greens. I was trying to thin my blood. I was trying to lighten what my body had to do and give it only the things to fight. Now, with that being said, when you're closer to the source, your body has an opportunity to heal itself when you're closer to the food source. Okay. So right in front of me, I have 3 healing plants. Let me show them to you. I don't know if you could see, but that grassy looking thing, that's called lemongrass. So in Jamaica, we call it fever grass. Here they call it chai chai. All the way on the back part over there in the yard, you have, what do you call it? You have soursop, right? In Jamaica, we use it to cure for nerve damage. We use it for high blood pressure. We use it to heal gallstones. And then on that side, we have like 3 or 4 papaya leaves, okay? Papaya plants. So the papaya plant, some people only know about the fruit, but you can also use the leaves, and you can also use, the seeds in the papaya plant as natural remedy, right? So the soursop, this is in my front yard. It's not in my neighbor's yard. It's not anybody else. And damn, if I'm gonna be sick, let alone die, and I have all these plants, I'll start eating the grass before that happens. I can't have all of this green stuff around me, and I'm not going to experiment. We have periwinkle. Periwinkle is a known compound in what they use for the leading anti-carcinogenic drug. Okay, so I'll go out there and I'll pick some damn leaves and chew it up in my mouth before say I'm going sick. I'm going to succumb to shit. No. No, honey. So that's what I want you to understand, that you have to be your own pharmacist, and that when you're closer to the source of food or green things, the likelihood of you healing and being, overcoming the illness is a lot higher. Do we still have COVID cases? Yes. Do we got malaria? That be here. These mosquitoes, they don't play with us, but we're still alive. You gotta be willing to fight this thing. You gotta be willing to fight, right? Damn, if I'm gonna have all of this green stuff and I'm gonna stay up in there and lie in that bed and go, oh, I'm sick. No, all of these plants they're gonna get a bite. Right? All of these plants gonna know my teeth. Okay? Yes. So you're closer to the food source. All Yeah, don't you notice every time, only when I start talking good stuff does the internet go like that, right? So Yeah, so damn if I'm gonna have all of this and not try something to see, right? There's sunlight here. They're talking now that, oh, vitamin D can cure COVID. They already knew this, right? In some people, that's all you need is some vitamin D pills or laying out in the sun. All you need is some zinc, guava. We have guava here. The guava is rich and high in good content. Let's see. Yes. So someone says, thank you, Hip Hop Talk. I see at their look around for opportunities, bring customer service skills because they're a few years behind in the West. They can, yes, capitalize and share the spoils. Customer service is a thing, okay? Customer service is definitely, there is a need here, right? There is a need for customer service. There is a need for anything that you can think of. Anything, just walk into like a Starbucks, walk into any successful establishment and observe how they do things and how they make things happen, and and take notes of that, right? If you have good training skills, if you've been working in corporate America for a couple of years, you know how to run a business already. Okay, you should already know how they get their money, where does the money go, and how they, and the kind of employees that they try to attract and retain. Okay, and how they speak and how they try to retain their customers. So you already have a little, something going on. If you've been working for anybody anywhere, you have an idea of how to do things and how to replicate things and how to apply those concepts to new businesses. So you don't necessarily have to sit there and say, oh, I never ran a business. I don't know what am I doing. How to do something. Okay, so okay, hold on. I have a yes. Okay. So right to oh, I had a call coming in. Sorry about that, y'all. So yes. What else did I want to talk about? Oh, when y'all coming through this airport, don't tell nobody I've repatriated to Africa. I'm here to stay and I'm never going back. Don't tell people that. You're here to see the country. It's a beautiful country and you want to get to know it better, which is true. You're here to see the country. You've heard beautiful things about it and you want to know more about the country. You want to see the country. You've come to learn, to see what opportunities there are. That's all you need to say, okay? And what is the other thing that I wanted to talk about? I usually make notes. I don't know what's going on with my scatterbrain. Oh, I know what I forgot to do. Give me 1 second. Okay. Let's see. I know I'm still in here. Give me 1 second. I forgot to do something. Okay, so it's the first thing in the morning. I have a new assistant coming, and I didn't share with her my live location. Okay, so I think I'm still on this call with y'all. Okay, so let me get back to my StreamYard. Okay, there we go. I'm sorry. Yes, I needed to go into your sideways. I needed to go into my phone to do something. I forgot about it. Okay, so if any of you have any questions, go ahead and, oh, yes. The other thing I wanted to talk about was, so I got a couple of emails from some Tanzanian people because I had posted this video about what the kitchen and what the exterior of the property looked like. And some of y'all left some comments, there was a call to prayer and you could hear it and it was loud. Let me tell y'all something. There is a mosque on every corner. In America, you got a corner store, we got mosques, okay? And you are going to hear this call to prayer. It doesn't bother me. It doesn't bother me not one bit. Giselle says, do we need to have a return flight? Legally, you do. Illegally, it is illegal to purchase a one-way ticket if your passport is not for that country. If you're not going to America, it is illegal, and you have an American passport, it is illegal to purchase a one-way ticket. You should purchase a round-trip ticket. I know people have been getting away with purchasing one-way tickets. Good on them, more power to them, but I would not advise it. Okay, that's because at any point, take it, da 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 da. If you've been stopped, though, if you purchased the one-way ticket and you have been stopped, the thing to say is, you know, I'm unsure of my return date and I don't want to pay the change fee. Maybe that will get you out of something, but use those words. I'm unsure of my return date and I don't want to pay the change fee. So I just purchased the one-way and then I'll purchase another one-way. Okay. So, but it's illegal to purchase a one-way ticket. If your home country, your passport isn't for that country, just so you know. Okay. So yes, so the call to prayer, people, listen, it is an African, what's the word? How do I want to say it? It's a diverse country. It is religiously diverse. Okay. Tanzania is religiously diverse. There are enough Christians and enough Muslims to go around. And guess what? They live side by side and they be happy people. They be happy. They get along. They talk to each other in if not in Swahili, they'll greet one person in Arabic. You know, the person who is Muslim will greet the other person in Swahili. You know, they be laying on blessings on each other. One person is laying on blessings on you in you know, in Arabic and their Muslim way, and another person is laying on blessings to the other person in their Christian way. These people get along. Please do not come here with that division. I like it. I don't mind it. I gift to the mosques around me. I gift to the Muslim children I see. I gift to the churches. I gift to everyone. Please don't come here with that. Don't let these people in their religion bother you. They're getting along just fine. Don't be the fly in the ointment that you have a problem with this or a problem. Why is it a problem? You want to get up at 5 a.m. and worship God? Somebody should. Go on. I'm sleeping. Okay, that's my attitude to it. You want to get up at you know, at noonday and pray? Somebody got to do it. I know I'm not. I'm happy you are. And I receive any blessing that you have to give to me. I cannot afford to have someone's philosophy interrupt my purpose. Okay. So earlier on in my search for religion, I went through them all. From Buddhism to all of them, every single one of them on the tree. Some of them I looked at and I'm like, that's not for me. Okay. But not because it's not for me doesn't mean it's not for somebody else. And who am I to criticize or tell somebody else that what they're doing is wrong? And, you know, that's how their parents worship and their parents' parents worship. Who the hell am I? I ain't nobody, right? With people, I don't have a problem with people, the way people worship. I have a problem with your mind, right? So if you have a really messed up mind and you've been going to church for 30, 40 years and your mind's messed up, that's not a religious problem. You have mental health issues. Yes, I'm talking to you. If you think I'm talking to you, I'm talking to you. If you have been going to church for 30, 40 years and you are still messed up as a human being, you can't you should be going to a psychiatrist for 30, 40 years. Okay. So I don't blame people and blame people's religion and say this religious group is, they did this and they did that, da 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 da. And I have all the reasons in the world to blame a particular religious group for the destruction of my own family and, the distance and divisions that they created in my family between my parents. And that's how they do. Okay. But if you're weak-minded, they can do that to you. Okay. So it's not a them issue. It's a you issue. Right. So, of course you have extremists in all religion, right? But don't be one of those. If you want to come here, you cannot be a religious extremist. You cannot be an extremist. These people get along too well. They are too what's the word? They're too flexible for you and your rubbish, right? They're way too flexible for that. So in my circle, everybody's in my circle, as they've always been. In America, my circle was everybody's, it was a wide range of people, diverse people, people of different sexualities, people of different culture, different races, different everything. You have to have that appreciation for diversity so that people can bring you stuff. Okay. If you keep rejecting and blocking out people, you're also blocking your blessings, because God doesn't fall out of the sky. He comes through people. It's people who bring you your blessings, right? Yes, Jamaican and Zambia. Yeah, so I've been blessed by people from all kinds of religions, men, women, and not just on this journey. So I can't afford to find anything negative to say. But I know how I want to live my life. I want to live my life in a way that I don't have philosophies that are clouding my mind, that is preventing me from making a decision or taking an action or providing help or providing services or doing something that is going to impede my process in being a decent human being, to not just myself, but to other people. I cannot afford it. Okay. So don't come here and let any of these people and their religion and da 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 bother you, which leads me to the next thing. I've had people ask okay, so what is the average cost of living here? The cost of living in Tanzania, how much does the government pay? How much does an average person make? And then use that and say, oh, well, it's a poor country because the average person makes, only $100. That is an insane deduction of your ability to characterize whether a nation is rich or poor, because you are using the United States as the barometer, or using the US currency as a barometer for what is a quality of life for you. Okay. And when you ask people how much do they make, how much does an average person make, what you should also ask them is how much they pay in rent. You should also ask them, what is the price of chicken? How much is the price of rice? Okay. You should also ask them, how much is their average water bill? You're 300 this, or I'm not going to do that. Why would you even think about that. Person may make less than you in the United States. However, the average person probably lives with their family. Young men and young women still live with their parents under their parents' roof until they move out on their own. The bills are shared. Okay, the chicken is not, is not like triple times the cost of, of your income, because the chicken doesn't have a lot of GMO stuff in it. It doesn't have a lot of hormones in it. It doesn't have a lot of things in it. It's not imported from anywhere. It's raised in the backyard. They snatch one, they kill him, and they eat them on up. Okay. Meanwhile, you in America who's talking about, well, I make this amount of money. Your chicken had to come, who knows from where, or if it is it still chicken? It ain't even chicken no more. Okay. And you're paying the cost of inflation for all of the wars, debt, and all of the problems that the United States puts themselves in by sticking their fingers in everybody else's business. You're paying triple times. If you go to the supermarket, this is something I used to do. I used to write down the costs of things. So I write down milk. So milk is $3.28 a gallon today. I go back to the supermarket, it's $3.29. Go back, it's $3.69. Go back in $3.79. So in an 8-month period, I could track that the cost of milk that comes from what the cows that eat corn and has all different kinds of biological hazard in the milk, okay, which should be the cheapest thing. The cheapest measure of a country's wealth is your milk, your butter, and your egg. Okay, nobody in Tanzania could buy milk for $5.49. Okay, at the rate of inflation. Milk in the United States that children need, pregnant women need, the elderly need. Milk is a very expensive thing. You're far away from the source. They're feeding the animal corn. Let's just say America wasn't feeding their cows corn, which would make themselves a self-sufficient toast corn syrup in everything, okay? So that they can control that without buying sugar. How about if they stop that? Could they feed themselves? No, they can't. They can't. If they stop putting high fructose corn syrup in everything and use sugar, that society would collapse and disappear overnight. Okay? If they stop feeding damn cows corn and use grass like they're supposed to, y'all would never have no milk. You would go to the supermarket, there'll never be no milk, because A, they don't have enough grass to feed the cows, and B is that they don't have enough sunlight to get the cows grass. Okay, so you have to think all of these things through when you come up here and you ask people like how much you make, how much you this. The cost of milk here is cheap. Okay, the cost of milk here is cheap enough that the person on an average income can consume milk every single day and have a healthy lifestyle. Okay, the milk is not sending them to the toilet with lactose intolerance. The milk isn't trying to kill them in their sleep. I'm laughing, but it's true. Milk trying to kill y'all in your sleep. Milk, butter, eggs, the basics of survival, of what the economic level of what human beings need to survive. If it's the basic, you can't feed yourself. So don't come here and talk about these people can't feed themselves because they're not importing anything. You go to the supermarket, the aisle of canned foods is one aisle. Okay, it's one short aisle, and they don't buy canned foods. That's foreign people who buy the canned foods. That's us who have that taste. Since I've been here, I haven't purchased any canned food. I'm not going hard, but I've lost some weight. Okay, and I even gained some weight, but the good weight, because I've been eating greens and eating the fresh things that are available here. So you have to think about what it is that you are comparing to when you are trying to when you're trying to gauge the quality of life and the cost of living. There is a website called Cost of Living Calculator. Go and look at the cost of living. Go and look at the price of chicken. Look at the price of eggs. Look at the price of those instead of thinking. Look at the expenditure, and that will give you an example. And these people have a decent quality of life. Some of y'all haven't seen your kids or your family in months, weeks, years. You don't know what your mama look like no more. You don't know what your brother JJ look like no more, because you've been working so hard and spending all of your time at the job. And by the time you get home, it's dark. You don't get to help the kids with homework. You don't know nothing about nothing. You're just trying to get in the bed, crawl out of it the next day, and you fall into this rut that you no longer exist as a human being. You're just a robot. You are just a robot with no feeling and no critical thinking and no nothing about your humanity. Know nothing about your humanity. Okay. So yeah, you fall into that rat race, right? But these people, you won't come here and ask them how much they make. They know what their mama look like. They see her every Sunday if they don't live with her. Okay. They mamas come to the house and check on the kids when you're at work. Okay. They mamas cook them dinner. When they at work, they get home and they can help their children with homework. And if they can't do it, their mamas do it. Where your mama at? Your mama out there somewhere trying to keep a bill, paid. Okay. So please stop this comparison and this lifestyle. And, when you come here, you're going to see things, and it's going to change you. Okay. And you have to be ready for that change. You have to be appreciative of the change. It's going to change you in a good way. It's going to change you. Somebody said a couple of weeks ago that they saw some of my first videos when I was still in the hotel, and I was like, I don't trust nobody, don't trust no people. And I have changed. Of course I've changed, because I came here with this defensive mindset to protect my child, and I was just going to go through and protect myself and her. And, and I'm gradually healing, and I've learned to trust. And a couple of things have gone sideways. Yes, I've made some mistakes. Mm-hmm. We make mistakes. But when you make the mistake, Rasta said, liar, tell Rasta says the best kept secret, most vegans die of cancer. What? I didn't know that. I'm gonna research that. Oh wow, that's crazy. But in any event, yes, you're gonna make some mistakes. You're still human. You're still the same person coming here, and your experiences are going to shape you. Okay. And you have to allow yourself to be shaped, right? You have to allow your mind to be shaped into something new and something beautiful. And I can tell you that whatever it is that you hold on to, your philosophies as a person that gets you through anything, you're going to use that every day here. Okay. You're going to so I first day from my sisters, and I have the, what do you call it? I'm starting up the NGO, so um, I need assistance, right? And I have a lot of emails and a lot of people communicating with me, and I'm building the house. So yes, madam. No, it's fine. Come. You couldn't get in? Morning. Yes. So what happened? Oh, well. Okay. So the gardener just got in. So Esther is my new assistant. I don't know if she's ready to be on camera yet, so I'm not gonna throw her under the bus just yet, right? So, um, what was I saying? Right. So I was talking about your mindset, right? You have to be willing. I was just sitting here waiting for you, darling, so we can sit there. Yes. So, do you all have any questions? No, you can have a seat, Esther, or you can go in the house and sit. Yes. How did Maya? What I did with my landlady. Okay, and this is what I'm talking about when I say you have people who will bless you. Your mindset, your character, and your personality is what's going to bring people to you. So JoJo is turned up. She has really crazy ideas about life. And one day she painted the neighbor's kid. She painted the child with marker. And I was like, JoJo needs to go to school now. So I called my landlady, Mama Sharifa, and she connected me. And when you get here, you have an opportunity to do some research on what is the best for you and your kid. Okay, so I have JoJo now in a school, in an English speaking school, right? But that's not where I want her. It's an English speaking school for Swahili children. So they're teaching her English, right? I wanted them to teach her Swahili, so she's learning some Swahili words, but not as fast as I thought she would, because the teaching is towards English. I need JoJo to be learning towards Swahili because she's already English speaking, and I think that she's not being challenged in a lot of ways. So she's the kind of kid that she needs to be in dancing, gymnastics, swimming. She needs to be all of them, and she needs to be challenged academically. So what I do with her, I'm also schooling her myself. So you have to think about that too, is that maybe you have to design your own education plan based on the kind of child that you have. So JoJo, what she should be doing now, she should have mastered some reading, some writing. I was already reading at her age, before her age, and that she's not where she should be, in my opinion. Maybe she is where JoJo should be, but I know she has more inside of her. So what I've done, I know that it was because I was still in school that I wasn't able to give her more of my time. And so basically, so I blame myself for that. So what I've been doing is I've now written her a plan. So what we do is we write our own bedtime stories. So she copies everything I write and then she reads it back. So as she's writing we write the story, she's writing. So she's reading and she's writing, and she's learning her lettering and everything properly. So you're going to have to find a plan for your child based on how you think your child should be or what they should be doing at this time. So everyone's parenting style is different, and everyone's education strategy is different, and everyone's child is different. So you're going to have to come up with your own plans for your own children. Sheila, okay, yeah. So the programming I steer her towards is number blocks and things like that. She likes to build. I think she might be an engineer. So knowing that I know that about her characteristics, I try to design things around her interests. Okay, so I want her to be a child who creates and not a child and participates and not a child who observes and tries to figure out her way in the world. I want her to know that she can make her own way in the world, and it could look any way she wants it to look, right? So let's see. My background is in education. I'm already writing lesson plans for my 3 girls. Yes, yes, absolutely. So I am about to jump into my day. For those of you who would like to go ahead and purchase your raffle tickets, go to exodushouse.com. That's XODUSHOUSE.com. And if you would like to purchase a Starline certificate, the same place, exodushouse.com. To donate to the project, go to $RenaeMoneymaker on Cash App. That's RenaeMoneymaker. I think it's the first chat here. And let's see. Let me just see. Let me just have a look at something. Give me 1 second. Okay. So yes. So if you have any questions for me, please let me know before I go. Let's see. Yes. Yes. So yes, hip hop talk. I got that. Thank you so much. Yes, Hakeem, greetings, greetings, greetings. So we're talking about some of the things that we needed to clarify, like the wealth and opportunities here, the schooling and the education here. Of course, for different grade levels, there are going to be different challenges. We were talking about just some things in general of how you need to position your mindset in order to live here. We're talking about the leadership in the COVID-19. But yeah, you can see this is a beautiful, lush space, right? Hell, if I'm gonna get some COVID-19 and I don't try all of these greens right here, I'm pick down that vine. It's got to be good for something. That's a passion fruit vine behind me, by the way, right? So yeah. No, for Giselle, I'm not gonna homeschool Jojo. I'm not gonna homeschool Jojo. Jojo's a social animal. And in my world, she's around adults all the time, and she's 5 going on 50, so she needs to be around other children to know how to behave as a child, to think as a child, and operate as a child. So I will not be homeschooling Jojo. She was home for almost 9 months. And when she was home because of that pandemic 9, yeah, she was home for about 9 months and no school. And when she was done, she was like 45 years old. Okay, she can tell you how to do this and how to do that, but can't do no ABCs and no 1, 2, 3. So she needs to go to school and be social with other people. She needs to go and interact with other children and being her peer group. So that is because she's a social animal. Some children, people who are homeschooling their children, I noticed that they have siblings. They have little brothers and little sisters, And that's good if you have a balance of children in your home that can assist you. But JoJo is not in that boat. So she needs to be with a 3-year-old. She needs to go learn something, right? Um, yes, yes, time for her to fly, right? So, what are the other things? Any more questions? I want to talk. Yeah, so we talked about the COVID, and we talked about the leadership, and we talked about the opportunities, and we talked about, we talked about quite a bit this morning, right? So if you're coming, like I said earlier, let the people know you're here to see the country. It's a beautiful country. Look in my eyes. You're here to see the country. You're here to learn your culture. That's all you need to say when you come through here. Okay? All right. Yes, it's nice. It's a nice little yard, right? Okay. So if you all have any questions for me, you can email me at Exodus Africa1 at gmail.com. That is XODUS Africa, the numeral 1 at gmail.com. Cash App, $ Renee Moneymaker. Let me put it in here. Middle and high school is amazing, but I don't judge the school based on the teaching. I judge it based on the product of the children. And if these children, are like how I see, like Jackson and all the other people around me who I see going to come out of school, I will say it's of superior quality, right? I would say it is of superior quality because the people that I'm meeting and encountering, those people are very nice and decent people. So I don't judge it by any kind of test scores and any kind of this, that, and the third, or none of that stuff. Because if you do that, you're only going to end up with a society that knows numbers but have no humanity. So I judge it based on the people, right? So based on the people that I see, that I'm dealing with, I would say it is a very good quality education. I even the guy who does the cement work, he can work out numbers in his head like that, right? And I have to catch up to keep up with his pace. So and he is a laborer. So let me see. Let me give you the PayPal. Um, and okay. Okay, there you go. All right. Um, yes. So, okay. So about the language and the culture, it depends on the school, right? It depends on the school. And you have to remember that you are coming from the West, right? When I went, I went back to Jamaica when I was 12. Oh, sorry. Yeah, when I was 12. And when I started looking at university, I didn't feel enthused of going to university in Jamaica because as a third world country, all of the books were published in like the 60s. Okay. The high school was of great quality because it was a private high school, but the university, the school was published in this, the books were published in the 60s. So it was appealing for me to leave Jamaica and go international for school because they were using outdated information. When I left the States at 12, we had computers in our classroom. When I went to Jamaica, there were no such things as computers, and we had to be 15 years old before we could use the typewriter. Okay, so I'm just gonna take my experience as a person who went back from an educational standpoint, that when you go into a third world country from a first world country, there are going to be things that the children do not have that you have access to. Now, is that Tanzania? From what I see, these people are a little advanced, okay? Maybe it's just the interaction that I'm interacting, but I wouldn't expect that a private school and a government school has the same resources, but you have to understand that you're going to be putting your kid through something. You're not just going to go and you're going to live this life. You're going to be putting your child through something. They're going to have friends that they're going to lose. They're going to have a way of living that they're going to lose. They're not going to be sitting in front of the computer or in front of the television for 6 months at a time while winter and spring passes. No, they're good. They want to be outside. They're going to be outdoor kids, and you have to be ready for that. Okay. So your life is going to change and their life is going to change as well. So you have to be ready for that. And you have to be ready for how you are going to groom them to step into that, to start seeing things differently. So if you have older children, you're going to have to start seeing things differently. You're going to have to show them the world different. Yes, you could stay in the house and play Grand Theft Auto, or you could come down to this beach and take some pictures for the gram. You know, you're going to have to sell it to them differently. You're going to have to promote their Africanness, their repatriation, as well as yours. Okay, so a lot of the people that I see here, they're looking for a better quality of life for their children. Do their children think it's a better quality life? No. No, children don't want change. They want the same friends they had for the last 5 years. They don't want that, but you are going to have to prepare and present to them something else. Okay, let's see. Right, so yes, lemon, garlic. Miss Jojo said lemon, garlic, and black chili, black chili pepper. Yes, right? So keep growing and take care of yourself. Yes. But the stuff is here. Anything that you need, email. Oh, my email. Yes, I will do that as well. And just so you all know, when you come up in my email, there is a consultation fee to spend some time with me. You need an hour of my time to talk to you about anything. We can do a consultation. Let's see. This is the email address. And let me see. Did I give you any updates on the house? So they're still putting in the windows, honey. They are still putting in the windows. Oh, shut up. Yes. So, yes. Here and do that now. Oh, yeah. So okay. I'm gonna go ahead and say bye. So you all just don't think I just disappeared. Yeah. Okay, so Jamaican in Zambia asked a question before I go. He said, do Jamaicans have to exit Tanzania? If you're here on a 1-year visa with a 90-day stay, you have to leave every 90 days. They have been making concessions due to COVID to say you can leave. They will extend the visa for 1 month, but you do have to leave every 90 days in order to refresh that 90-day stay. Okay, those are the laws. That's the rules. And try to do everything you possibly can to stay within those parameters. Okay, so 1-year visa, 90-day stay, but when you come here on that 1-year you need to get pets, you need to get all different kinds of things. So when you come here and you get on the ground, it's very important that you arrange with people and you make, let's see, go Jojo, before I go, ask a question. Oh, let me see, maybe she did ask her question already. No, she didn't yet. Yes, ask your question, baby. Yes, Giselle, you can leave for a few hours and come right back. Okay, but you should do everything you possibly can to stay in your immigration status. All right. Okay. Can you go to that? No, you can't. So the Zanzibar, yes, you can go to Zanzibar before your 90-day visa expires, but going to Zanzibar does not refresh your 90 days. Kenya, there is a bus that goes to Kenya. There are planes. As long as the COVID issue exists, it's going to be dramatic. But you go down there and find out what you can do. Some of you who are coming here, if you're coming here as an investor, you need to communicate with me when you get here so that I can tell you what to do as soon as you get here. Because there are things that you can do. You can go ahead and book a consultation, exodusafrica1@gmail.com. Book your consultation and I'll tell you what to do when you get here. So you can cross the border and come back. Zanzibar, yeah, Zanzibar is Tanzania, so it's not going to change your visa status by going to Zanzibar. But traveling to Zanzibar, it's going to feel just like going to a foreign country, okay? They're going to do their immigration and visa checks and everything. All right. So with that said, yeah, there are ways to do things. There are plenty of ways to do things. Email me, support the project, please. We got a lot going on in these last days. The appliances are about 8 million T shilling. The windows themselves are about 19 million T shillings. We haven't talked about the beds and the furnishing yet. I need help. I'm in trouble. So, no, you don't need a Rasta Hotep. You don't need the yellow fever vaccine. The yellow fever vaccine is no longer a requirement coming into Tanzania, and it's not a requirement to get to Zanzibar either. Okay, so go ahead and make a donation, buy a ticket for the raffle. Okay, so you can go to exodushouse.com, XOD. It can be expensive, however, yeah, I have a guy who makes the furniture. He makes really fine furniture. I'm going to interview him, but most of his furniture is in my house anyway. I can buy ready-made furniture, but it's going to be a lot more, probably 3 times more or 4 times more than if he makes it. And then we want quality mattresses. So, yeah, for a year. I can stay in Zambia for a year. Exit. Yes, you can. That's how it works here as well. Yes, you can buy furniture in Zanzibar. I want Zanzibarian furniture. The furniture in Zanzibar, the Swahili furniture with all that wood carving and stuff. Ooh, it's pretty. But I ain't got no money. So if you want me to go shopping in Zanzibar, please go ahead. Purchase a raffle ticket. Go ahead and purchase a Starline certificate. Go ahead and book your reservation, make a donation, do something, okay? Because if you want to do something, now's the time to do it, okay? All right. Yes, Giselle, you can buy the furniture in Zanzibar and ship it back. It's going to come back by ferry. Okay. All right. So any more questions, let me know before I go, okay? And for those of you who are here, thank you for taking that step and that leap of faith and coming on out, coming all this way. It's a long way. It's almost 24 hours in flight time and two planes. So when those of you who are my friends who come here, I try my best to make it as welcoming as possible because it is a long journey. And, I believe when you pack your bags and you leave somewhere or you go somewhere, you go for better, you go for happiness, you go for a good feeling. Nobody packs their bags and go for a bad feeling. So, and those of you who are trying to make this a great experience for yourself and your family, keep walking in the power of your ancestors. Oh, how did I prepare JoJo? Okay, so from day one, before JoJo was born, I've been telling her that she is going to Africa. JoJo has been prepared her whole life. I've been showing her pictures of Africa, videos of Africa. I've been telling her that this is the house we're going to live in Africa. So when it was time to go, the African story became something that I could revisit. I could say, JoJo, remember, I told you we were going to Africa. I was just waiting for you to be able to talk. And she said, yes. We're going to see the elephants? Yes. Are we going to see the birds? Yes. We're going to have a nice house? Yes. So I explained to her that we're going to be taking 2 planes, okay, and it's going to be a long flight, but we're together. It's not the first time she's taken a long flight with me. She's traveled with me to Dubai in 2019. So I reminded her of that flight, that it's going to be a long flight, but then we're going to stop. And when we stop, we're going to wait and then get on another plane. So every step of the way, JoJo was asking me. She was reminding me. So I told her the first plane we're going to take, I told her every single step of the way. We're going to take a car to the airport. And then when we get to the airport, we're going to take a plane. And she was asking, is this the plane to Africa? Yes. Are we going to stop? Yes. We stopped in Qatar. I told her this is the stop before we get to the next plane. This place is called Qatar. I showed her on the map. It's in the Middle East. I showed her that she was nearby last year in the UAE. And then we got on the next plane and said, oh, mommy, are we in Africa now? Yes. So when we got here, she was very quiet. I was doing a video and I noticed that she had retreated into herself. So I had to go in there and get her. I had to talk to her and we're in Africa now. You see the streets are different. You see the trees. So trying to prepare her, to see. And then when I booked a villa that was near the beach. And the first thing I did was I took her outside, and she didn't say anything. She just played. She just played in the sand. It was like, I was bringing her to her place where she knew she belonged. If you want to get JoJo upset, you tell her about some going back to America. She will hate you for the whole day. If she act up, I tell her I'm gonna send her back to America, which is bad. I'm gonna change that. But she don't want no parts of no America. She's home, okay? So it's my job to make sure that this is her home, okay? So that's how I prepare JoJo, and that's how she's really loving it, okay? But my kid is wild, and she belongs outdoors. She needed a yard with some green and some trees. That's what she needed. And this is what she got. Okay? All right, y'all. I'm going to go. No, I left before the COVID test was being taken, but I hear that American Airlines is saying you don't need a COVID test. Tanzania is not requiring the COVID test for entry. Some airlines and some airports are requiring the COVID test. Call your airline, contact them. The airline might say you don't need the COVID test, but the airport that you're departing from or connecting through might require it, okay? So if you have to travel, just so you don't have any problems or any drama, take the COVID test, okay? Take it and get the hell up on out of there. All right, y'all. Love you so much. Yes. Yes, the people look like them. Yes. Okay, love you. Thank you so much for watching. All right, any questions? ExodusAfrica1 at gmail.com. All right, bye-bye.